So yeah, I'm gonna get at my Strange New World thoughts out of the way real quick. God damn it.
Yeah.
This show is so close. It's so close to being
so
good.
close, right?
It's so close.
So it's a quality tease is what it is.
The scripts are fine.
High praise. Fine.
Yeah, Howard.
The script, there is a really good episode. It may be a top 20 favorite Star Trek episode. I liked it so much.
Wow.
The episode, and it sounds dumb, but you saw it. It's when
That's
But that's how. Okay, let me preface it. Like some of the best Star Trek episodes sound dumb on paper.
yeah.
yes, it's the one where Spock and T'Pring mind swap. They fart during a mind meld and their brains get off scrambled.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Freaky Friday situation.
It's a Freaky Friday.
It's a Freaky Friday where T'Pring has to and it's all about setting it up that they don't understand each other.
Right.
They have trouble seeing the world from each other's eyes. So then they gotta, it's a Freaky Friday script.
whoa.
Well, it's a Freaky Friday script. That's the A plot. The B plot is
Oh, wait a minute. They still employ A/B plots?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is great. Classic Star Trek episode. It's like a time waster. It's one of those we're in dock. It's like Trouble with Tribbles. They have to go, they're having to do some sort of a negotiation with some weird acting.
This sounds like fan fiction that you're making up off the top of your head.
Right. I mean, that's when it works.
Yeah, it's this is what I'm saying. It's close to sucking. It's close to being good. And then, so they have to do, and basically it just highlights that what Pike's thing is that he's really observant of human nature more than,
sure.
Like Kirk is like a gambler and he understands odds and risks and being this really creative thinker, like a war strategist.
Sure.
Picard was like this ultimate diplomat.
Yes, gentleman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And what was Pike? And Pike is kind of a therapist, I guess. And so he's observing this stuff about it's all about that. And then the C plot, I love it. Is these two hot ladies, Rebecca Romaine and this younger, little Rebecca Romaine, let's call her, and they're not fun because we're both raised fucked up. So they're not fun. So they realize that nobody on the ship really likes hanging out with them. And so they catch a bunch of lower decks people playing a prank game where you got to do certain things to the Enterprise. You got to go to strange places, and it's a game that they're playing. And so these two hot stick in the muds decide to play the game. And they end up having to walk out of the outside. It ends with this beautiful sequence where, I guess, to repair the hull, if they have to do spot repairs, they do. They build little force.
I love a visual idea.
Yeah, they have to build a little force field to work on the outside, to work in space, and so they have to use that to get to a certain panel on the tip of the ship where everybody that plays the game has to sign their name. And it's just beautiful. They're standing out in open space, and and there's all these ships flying by in the space. I was like, okay, this is beautiful. This is fucking cool.
Okay, so that itself is a very human, a very good understanding of how humans actually are. And that, if the Enterprise were real, there would be somebody who would have their names on the tip, of the Enterprise. Yeah,
just like battleships. They found that was they did that stuff on battleships. Yeah,
sure.
So. And I was like, okay.
It's a deeply personal thing.
So you get a little bit of Spock building, who is unfortunately on the show. That's you have all of these just knocks against the show already.
Right.
Everything is like a knock. It's starting from such a shitty spot. It's a Discovery spin-off show.
Right. Yeah. Oof.
Prequel. And so it gets, and it was just, I was like, this is the kind of shit. When I say I want to sit down and watch a Star Trek episode, this is what I mean. I don't need to see fucking space battles and all the whiz bang shit and all this ridiculous psychedelic shit. I just need to see.
It sounds like space.
Yes, that's what it is. At its best, it's what it is. And Pike is a friend. He's an interesting character.
Yeah.
He's like if Kirk had like a 20%.
Anson Mount is great.
Yeah, he is really good in it. And he's handsome. Like, he's just a handsome man.
Yeah, handsome mouth is what I call it.
yeah. And so, like, it's like if you took Kirk and then put like 25% Ted Lasso in him. And it's like it's kind of a little bit more of an interesting deal.
Kirk Lasso.
There's this episode, another super dumb episode, a clever idea. I think this is one of their good ideas. The doctor has a daughter with cancer, space cancer, uncurable space cancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so she's dying, and to keep the disease from spreading, he sends her into a transporter and then doesn't send her out.
Right.
So
puts her in the buffer pattern.
She's in the buffer.
The buffer. And the buffer. Yeah. And so he sticks her in there, and so like that's like a plot in one episode because it causes a problem.
Sure.
Right.
And they find out, and his boss finds out he's got his daughter in the pattern buffer.
We got to free up some RAM. What's your daughter's in here?
yeah, exactly. yeah, they had to boot.
That was the issue. It was like
it was like it was causing something. Something didn't work in the middle of a battle because of that, and the after battle report pulled that up.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was kind of like
Are they walking around with like floppy disks that are brightly colored and shoving them in there?
Is a nod. There's a nod to everything. Like the shuttlecrafts look kind of like the shuttle. Like everything is a nod. And I do think the ship looks. It's a classic. It's a really good version of 1701. It's like the bridge feels kind of like if you were going to just update the bridge for modern television, the classic TOS bridge.
Yeah.
It looks like that. The sick bay looks like that. But there's windows. They answer my windows problem. Why is there so many windows on the outside of the ship, but no? You never see a window in the scenes in TOS.
Now you do, yeah.
Now you do. So they solved that problem, and Pike finally has a good office, unlike Kirk, or a good like a room.
Yeah, ready.
But there's this one other good episode where the ship goes through a organic space cloud type deal. It's a consciousness, and it recognizes the daughter. And every time he pulls the daughter out of the pattern buffer to hang out with his daughter, he reads her this fantasy novel, and then like the floating consciousness reads her brain and sees this like fantasy world, and so makes the ship a fantasy world. So they're in like it's like theater, and everybody's
that's a classic Trek.
Yeah, and Anson Mount is like a pussy, like he's like a scaredy cat coward, and so there's like everybody's playing in like different types. And I was like, this is a classic Star Trek episode. I can't say this is stupid, and so I love this episode, but it ends at it ends really great, and I was like, I love this doctor, because it's a doctor episode.
Oh, his stuff, and he's damaged from the war and all that shit.
Yeah, and he's such a good actor. I don't know who the actor is. He's an African actor, and just great. And then I didn't realize he was an egg, man. Whenever Bones on 2 different episodes, Bones is on the away team, but they need a doctor on the ship, and they called Bones' backup, and it's this guy, or it's a black guy named Mbegge. I guess they got the same name, so like, I assume it's him, or maybe it's not his son, is it?
It's
him,
probably.
Right?
I don't know.
It's gotta be him, because
and Chapel's there, which means she's on the same ship on the same job for 20 years. Poor one.
Yeah.
But then in the movie, she says, I became a doctor. You're like, oh, wait, in the twilight of your life, you went and got your doctorate?
Right.
Yeah, because she took Zoom classes and stuff. Yeah.
And been pining for Spock for 20 years. So it's this classic love story that's like...
So you know what they should have done? You guys
made a show that took place after
watched
Voyager.
Yeah, right.
No, that's what they should have done. But you know the TOS, the pilot or the unused pilot
for the cage.
They milked that shit. Yeah.
Well, where they're wearing the entirely different uniforms that are the turtleneck sweaters, and Leonard Nimoy is just his characterization of Spock is just shouting. He's just shouting the entire time.
It's very hard.
Yes, Captain. Yeah, they should just have Ethan Peck just be shouty,
He is-
like a shouty Spock.
He's, I guess, growing on me because he's the main character of the show.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, it's his show.
He's
Really?
in it. He's the Data. He's in it as much as Spock. He's in it as much as Spock is.
See, wait, he's the original special man.
yeah,
so that makes
I mean,
sense.
and yeah, he gets
This
he
is
gets
all
better,
unfortunate.
but it's like a different kind of characterization than Nimoy, which it kind of has to be. And it's not all bad, but it still pisses me off. I still fucking hate that guy. It's not as bad as it was at the beginning, but
it's
still.
the thing is that Ethan Peck will never look.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Nimoy is that he had an essential. He exuded an essential alienness to him that made it completely believable, but like also sublime.
And also, yeah,
You know, like
it's hard to put it
there
your
was a
finger on
sublime
it, but like,
quality to.
if you were a woman,
but-
imagine yourself being a woman and walking up to a bar and seeing a bunch of people, and who do you not want to sit by? Spock he looked kind of harmless but aloof, like a mystery, but he wasn't going to hit you. Like,
Sure.
And so I see that, like, there's something about it that was just kind of like sexual. I see why there was a sexuality, like why women was really viewers were really gravitated to him. But
Yes.
this Spock doesn't look like he might not hit you.
No, he looks like
You know what I mean? There's just something about him that just
You like,
reads a little more aggressive.
He could be like a fucking American Psycho. I got a Bateman over here.
He looks like he could be speaking of American Psycho, who Patrick Schwarzenegger's playing in the new White
Oh,
Lotus,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is like
exactly,
an alpha male predator type.
Right.
And he just kind of looks like that, and I don't get it. I mean, he's not acting like that. He's not written like that. But it's just some things are just on the mug, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So, I love her. I mean, Rebecca Romaine's great on the show.
Sure, yeah.
She's knocking it out of the park, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I don't know about her acting capacity. I'm not a biased observer here.
She's doing
But,
fine. I mean,
Yeah, she's doing a good job. I really enjoy her on the show.
Yeah.
And I do like that if they, and I don't know if they keep this up because I know there's an end of the third season. Do they like the drummer for Spinal Tap engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's this like kind of like prickish Andorian, but he's also like he seems kind of like a deadhead. Like he's got a very weird aura. about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I really like him. He's a good character. And he I'm spoiler alert. He offset. And then in the second season, it's Carol Kane
Yeah.
playing a Guinan, whatever Guinan was.
Yeah.
And,
Allurian or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
She might be there in the third season. It hasn't come out yet, right? So I bet they keep her on.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Hugh, did we lose Hugh?
No, I'm just listening about Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
I'm just,
You went quiet.
I couldn't remember
You
if you
went
were Carol Kane
Yeah.
yet or not.
I just watched that episode, but on this episode, it was a fine episode. The season opener of season 2.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, and this is why I'm going to say it can't ever escape prequel velocity.
Yeah.
You're sitting there watching it, and it looks like the Doctor and Chapel are making life-changing decisions, and it looks like their life is in peril. And in any other episode, like I said, they just killed the engineer
Right.
a couple episodes ago. So, like, you would think, okay, maybe if these characters weren't already on TOS, god damn it, you know.
for 50
Yeah,
years. or 60 years or
And
whatever.
so, like I know they lived through this because they work under Kirk,
Right.
and so that's the one thing. But that season finale of season 1 it irritated the piss out of me when they were doing let's do an homage to Balance of Terror,
Yeah.
and the greatest TOS episode and maybe a top 5 Star Trek episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in the Hall of Fame of Star Trek episodes.
Sure.
And they're going to do this homage, and it's all about, like, Pike, like, because Pike knows he gets in the wheelchair, he gets crispy-fied. He saw into a time stone or something.
Yeah.
And that was in Discovery. I don't know. I didn't see him look into that time stone.
It was,
but
it was pretty bad. A Klingon, a bald Klingon,
oh god, those things.
had him looking at Time Rock, and yeah. But then later in this, and then they have regular Klingons later with no mention of the bald Klingons.
Yeah.
And
yeah, there is. Yeah,
and the cartoon kind of did that whole thing where they let you ignore that shit. But yeah.
Oh yeah, the Jack Quaid one.
Yeah.
There's an episode with Jack Quaid coming up.
Yep,
So
they do a crossover.
So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fun.
But then it was like, look, Pike, if you try to change the future, then James Kirk won't get to pilot the Enterprise during Balance of Terror. And that will cause a dystopic future. And so old man Pike comes to visit Pike about to not do something that will not compel him to die, get crispified in the chair. It's like, no. And it was like, oh, if you change the future, then James Kirk will not ascend to save humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I hate this. Yeah. I fucking hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I fucking hate this. And that had to be Akiva's idea.
Yeah.
So I want to throw it at some. That had to be one of the producers thinking.
Yeah, they're having fucking talks in the room all about fucking preserving the canon and how do we do it and how do we do it? How do we change enough? Well, let's make Chapel and Spock fuck or something. But we didn't say they don't. That no one says that doesn't happen in TOS.
But it does seem weird.
Yeah, it does. It does.
If they had fucked before, I see those scenes differently. Okay, but in any way.
Yeah, well.
Uhura's fine. She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
I think they introduced Scotty this season, don't they?
Oh yeah, I think they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And they cast a James Kirk in the episode the James Kirk episode. Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's from the Vampire Diaries. He's one of the co-leads on that.
Oh, he is that guy. That's the guy from the Vampire Diaries. Yeah, right.
Which is a show that the showrunner for Discovery and season 3, they bring on the showrunner. Her previous credits were Vampire Diaries. And then they cast some other Vampire Diaries people too. I was like, what? I have a conspiracy theories about the vampire diarification of Star Trek, and it's not good. But
yeah. Oh my god. And then so that's where I'm at. But it's fine. It's getting me through these trying times.
Yeah.
For a Star Trek, it's new Star Trek episodes, but I'm not like, I don't know. It's Enterprise level.
Yeah, there's fun stuff they do, but then like that prequelitis stuff comes in there, and it's just like, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's I have the complicated feelings about it.
A lot of there's a lot of member berries. Too many member berries.
So many.
Okay, I just gotta ask if they're member berries. The spunky pilot. That's a new character, right? They ain't no member berries there, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember the spunky pilot.
Yeah, she's.
Would that be their,
you do.
Their proto
the spunky pilot?
Is that their proto?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. It's been like over a year.
The gay, like with the dykey hair. The dykey one.
He tried to say spunky. How many times does he have to say spunky?
Okay, sorry.
Before you pick up what he's putting down.
She's new, I think. Yeah.
You made him say it, Wade. Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah, because she's not particularly butchy. She's not like, but she is. She's got a vibe.
Yeah.
And she's fun. She's a fun character. I like it when she's on screen or when she's got something to say. She's like the Scotty of this. She's the comic, because Scotty's the comic relief.
Yeah.
She's the comic relief.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is, proper Star Trek
Right. And she's the. I mean. Yeah, she's the sassy gay friend, basically.
Sam Kirk is a character.
Yeah, he gets more than they fucking bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there more Kirk? Do I have more Kirk?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the Kirk's like Q for this show.
They do a lot of Kirk stuff.
They get a visit from Destiny every season.
Yeah, I won't spoil it for you, but they weave Kirk in there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gross.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And I think that the Gorn is the big bad, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
stupid. I think that's unfulfilling because I mean it's just the crocodile people in a rubber suit.
Right. They're like,
And
let's make the Gorn.
and don't take that away from me.
Right,
But they're
exactly.
trying to take that away from me.
They do really hard because they got a xenomorph for the Gorn.
Yeah, they're it is a brazen aliens ripoff. They don't even try to cover it up more.
Right.
It's an homage to aliens.
It's aliens and
Yeah, they're like mimics or something. Whatever. They're like the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
Clever girl.
Yeah.
no, it's like aliens and the xenogenesis, like Butler stuff. Because they need.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They take So, interesting. And I'm not looking forward to any of this, except for maybe the little Jack Quaid episode. That might be.
That one's fun. There's some fun ones. I mean, people hated the musical episode. It's like it's a stupid.
Oh yeah, see, I would sit through that.
Yeah,
that's my kind of Star Trek trash.
Yeah, the musical episode was fine. It's fun. Yeah.
Man, I'm in my TOS watch. I'm just episodes away from it being done.
Oh yeah, it's a slog at the end.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's such a slog. God damn, it is the worst shit. I've watched the one with Charles Napier and the hippies last night, where there's all the singing.
Yeah.
They're just blatant hippies. They're just hippies. Like
That's all it is. Yeah.
it's like commentary on hippies.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kirk versus hippies. I don't know. I kind of liked it. No, I didn't. They're really bad. They're super bad right now, and they're all. I didn't realize this. This is funny. Just writer talk. They're all DC Fontana scripts that she wrote.
The ones that you hate.
And then they had to cut everything out of it because they couldn't do location shooting. All the stuff that they've been doing, they couldn't do. They had a third of the budget they had the first season. And so all the scripts had to get crunched down by Gene. And DC Fontana had to refuse her name on like half the scripts.
Ooh.
And then that's like, she was like, I do not put my name on these.
Oh man.
And I think at this point, this is the time where her and Gene really got in their first big, I think, issues. But she was so done by this show. And she went on to like other great stuff. Like, so she didn't starve after this.
Right.
But I'm ready to jump to that movie. I want that movie because that's what we're gonna do next. So
You're gonna watch the motion picture, huh?
Yeah. So I'm aching to sit there.
The big old slow. I watched that probably. I don't know. I already watched that about 5 years ago. I watched them all about 5 years ago, and that first one is a slog.
Are you watching it with the kids?
Yeah, but.
Everything's a vibe match.
Yeah,
So,
I think she likes to play things with a lot of interpersonal stuff. I think that's one of the faults of the first, like, because as we're going through Voyager with my wife, I'm all over sports. Star Trek is all my cultural intake right now because it's the only thing I can like deal with. But like there's a lot of interpersonal stuff. There's lots of nice Tom Paris. So if that's what your thing is, there's a lot of that in 90s TOS or 90s Star Trek.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
There's a lot.
that's
of it.
missing in TOS. Like if you told me to name
it's all business. It's like a military show.
Yeah, if you told me to name 3 character traits of Sulu, I would struggle. Like like he's cocky. He's kind of
He's looking ahead.
Yeah.
And he's looking at the screen.
I know that if Spock, Scotty, and Kirk are not on the ship, he gets to sit in the chair. That's all I know.
He's in charge.
Yeah. But yeah, it's there's not a lot of characterization. It's a lot of like talking to us space hippie or talking to talking to some space asshole, you know,
or a space cloud,
or arguing with a computer or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, and Sadie likes the corniness and the gayness of like it all. She finds the campy. I think she likes Kirk. I think she finds him campy and funny and like over the top.
Yeah, I mean they have. I feel like that's the thing of the characters on paper don't necessarily have like lasting appeal.
Yeah.
It's, certainly the actors have really, brought them to life.
Yeah.
In a way that's enduring.
Yeah.
Young people can like see something in Kirk's performance, that still resonates, still slaps.
So when I'm dicking around and when I'm falling asleep at night, I'm having this like I'm going to think, what makes a good Star Trek show? What would I, if I had to pitch a Star Trek show, what would it need to have in it? And like, I think the interpersonal stuff is a good thing. Like, I think that's one of the
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
it's the driving factor of the old movies.
Yeah, that is true. That is
of the original crew movie.
Yeah, that is true.
That's what makes it so. You're in your middle age, and you're doomed.
Yes.
And who comes to get you but your old coworkers?
Right.
You
get the band back together.
And everybody, everybody is a little older and creakier, but like your interpersonal relationship, your long-standing is what has mattered throughout all the years. It's not all the space gods you slayed. It's the pals that you made all along the way. It really is. So the interpersonal thing is on your list of must-haves for pitch. What else you got? You were laying at night thinking about what goes into.
I do think I like the I like that. I wish one of them would go back to the DS9 was kind of like a project show. Like,
how do you mean?
Like they're setting up these international relationships and they're setting up the.
Oh yes.
Like they have their job is kind of like. Working on working a thing, making sure a thing doesn't go off the rails, kind of. And so I was thinking like a huge space project between, I don't know what, to defend against some, it's come up with some bullshit reason. There's Borgs or something, and in order to power an energy thing that would kind of resist the whatever quadrant from the Borg, you have to build a big Dyson sphere to contain a lot of this energy to power a weapon. I don't know, whatever. But this is going to be a joint project between the Romulan Empire and the Federation. And so there's your two leads are a Romulan and a human.
Sure.
And my idea is make the human kind of the doubt.
This is post Voyager. Where does this?
Yeah, this is post Voyager. That's the only place I want to be.
I was like, oh,
that's the only place I want to be.
It's sounding a lot like the initial pitch for Picard, but they fucked that up.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of stuff with like the Borg, the Romulans, or have a derelict Borg cube that they're going through, and there's a joint thing between the Romulans and the Federation to free all these Borg, and
I can make it post that. Let's put it in
there was a big Romulan escape. I mean, when the planet blew up, like Picard was part of the fleet that, pulled everybody off.
This show can be in the Captain 09 era. Captain, what's her name? 7 and 9.
Oh yeah.
She's the captain of the Enterprise, like canonically.
Right.
So
wait a minute, 7 and 9 is the Enterprise captain?
Yep.
Yeah.
They renamed the Titan the Enterprise.
Yeah, and it's the G, right? It's 1701G.
And it's the old Titan is now the new Enterprise. That's
weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what?
I don't give
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I don't care.
Whatever. The Enterprise doesn't have to be in this pitch. I just want to end the Star Trek world. But it would be this interpersonal because I liked the dynamic between Kira and I liked the interrelations between Cardassians and the Federation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I liked that. I liked take the Golden Cot Cisco stuff and kind of maybe say this kind of prickly and respectful relationship. Could that could you make a show out of that? Like these two like men on these two different opposing sides.
Right.
But ultimately the show doesn't work unless they kind of like each other.
Right.
They got like a Swearingen and
Bullock kind of, yeah.
Bullock vibe, yeah, where they're aligned. Like they both want the same things. They're not working against each other. But coming at it from different sort of walks. But one of them is in charge of the Romulans are in charge of the construction, and the Federation's there is security and observation. And so one's a project director and one's a whatever. So make it that way.
Person with authority,
Yeah.
another person with authority.
Yeah. And I like the idea that the human is married to a female Vulcan. Because that means he has, because it's interesting for me, what kind of man would want to live with that kind of coldness? I think that would be a really interesting way to write it. Because I understand why women would want to be married to a Vulcan. But I don't understand why, the other.
Then then you really do need to watch Enterprise because
yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, and so I like
the whole thing.
And go there and maybe
with the female.
Maybe take that Trip character
Vulcan.
that's kind of dumb. I want him to not be that confident. He's not going to be the confident one. I think the Romulan is. But anyway, just you have I don't know. I would like. I was thinking what kind of doctor I would like, and I would like a goth. The doctor's a goth. He comes from a goth planet. He's got he looks like a Marilyn Manson or something.
So wait. I thought that's what NCIS did, or one of those shows.
Dr.
Piper. Yeah.
Dr. Robert Smith.
Yeah. Whatever her name is, her dad lives next to my dad on a lake in Alabama.
Yeah. Make you're right. The Robert Smith. Make it like a Robert Smith, or Nick Cave is the doctor.
Yeah. I'm on. Okay, you got me.
Yeah. And he's from a Romulan aligned planet, is whatever in their empire. I guess there's a Goth empire. That's what I've got so far. I need a instead of an engineer, there's an architect. And I don't know much more yet. I want a Trill, if not Dax.
Oh yeah, no Dax.
Just straight up Dax.
I don't know if I want Dax. I liked Dax as that lineage. I'd like to write in that. I don't know. I'd like to write a Trill. I think that those are fun. And I don't know. That's all I got so far.
Yeah.
But something that keeps the because it's a work project, I would also want workers, construction workers.
Oh yeah.
Not everybody's in the military fleet. A lot of these people are construction workers.
Oh, people in spacesuits with giant rivets.
Yeah. Those guys that go home and sweat.
A space toolbox.
Yeah, the guys that wander away from the attack.
Yeah.
And so I would like some of major characters or that. I really liked the Barclay Rom. The characters that aren't in every episode, but they get there's they get an episode a season to really shine. Maybe a lot of those kind of workers are there.
Yeah, those guys, some of those people you just a taste.
Yeah,
just a taste.
Yeah. You don't need much.
That's all you need.
That's all you want.
And you can
just a taste.
And basically just a real DS9 kind of show.
Yeah, because it's about a project and they don't go anywhere.
Yeah. But people are, people come and steal their shit. Maybe they get space crackheads come and steal their copper.
Like a catalytic converters go missing. On the Dyson Sphere.
Yeah. Maybe there's some sort of asshole rebellion going on in the lower ranks of the Romulan Empire, and I don't know, maybe a Romulan, maybe some young dumb hick Federation guy falls in love with a Romulan girl, and they navigate that kind of I want more Romulans, and I want DS9. So I think that would be that's what I got so far.
Okay.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that better than a Starfleet Academy show run by
That could be, I guess. You know, that could kind of surprise me. I don't know why the Prodigy just became a Viva la Voyager, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's basically.
I think it started happening at the end of the first. I feel like that was producer mandates, and then they just went whole hog with it when they're like, wait,
Yeah.
Mulgrew wants to do it, and then they got so excited about getting fucking Beltran on board to come back to. Nobody cares about fucking Chakotay, but the whole thing's about rescuing him.
Maybe worst performance in all Star Trek Major Sevens of all of the poster characters on all of the shows. I think maybe Robbie Beltran is the worst actor.
It's pretty bad, but yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
She wasn't very good.
They got canceled before they could even have their second season on their streaming apps. So like, it was done and not dead in the water when Netflix bought it.
New Trek really did sort of fire all the guns and just like after Picard was kind of not well received, right? My history of this New Trek is that Picard's 1 and 2 were very hated.
Yes.
Discovery has been mostly hated this whole time.
Yes.
Strange New Worlds is mostly loved. Lower Decks is all loved.
For the most part.
But like they had a real panic after Picard bombed, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like,
that's when they brought everybody back, and they had to pay up for that.
Oh yeah.
They had to pay up for that, or maybe not. I don't know how hungry Michael Dorn is.
They had banked on disco being a thing, and then they got 2 seasons and said this is never going to catch on, but we're committed to it.
They shot those writers out of a cannon. They haven't been put on any projects since.
Yeah, but and then they're like, well, we got Picard. This is going to be it. This is going to get us Yellowstone numbers, man. We got P Stew to come back with this, and then the app was, and everybody hated that, and then they're like, well, fuck. And by that time, they had already got the spinoff started for Strange New Worlds, so they had that going, and then Akiva and Sidney Lumet's niece or whatever, got the reins from that, and I think kind of got to do mostly what they wanted without Kurtzman coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly just do TOS.
Yeah, just do TOS because they got this. They did when they were throwing everything at the wall on Discovery. They brought Pike in, and people were like, "Wait, we like this guy," and so like, "All right, give him a show and just do that Star Trek feeling and give me that." And they're like, "Yeah, fuck, okay, that's what people want," and they realized that. But then they were locked in, and then everything was a mess. But people liked that, so they kept doing it, and then.
They really fumbled the bag with that Jason Isaac character. Not. I mean, the character is absolute trash, but Jason Isaac signed onto a Star Trek contract.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and somebody as talented as like watchable.
Yeah.
He's on the Anson Mount range.
Yeah,
they really did squander that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All for just like.
I mean, White Lotus he's like basically the main White Lotus. Is one of the main White Lotuses this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, he's great. Yeah.
So,
I mean, and then they, they squandered Yo. She was, people like watching her, but that character fucking sucks. And yeah, you saw the movie, and then you say what happened with that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I mean, they're gonna do something with it. That's what I gather. They're gonna do something with Star Trek.
Yeah,
nobody knows what it is, but my guess is they're gonna try and like go back to something. It's gonna be like a reboot or a start. They're gonna make like a movie that's gonna be. This is my theory. There's gonna a movie that's gonna be Star Trek, like the Kelvin universe Star Trek, but maybe different everybody's. And maybe not a lot of talking about.
Yeah.
Like when there's a new Batman and they don't have to, you don't have to explain why is there a new Batman? How it kind of went from Val Kilmer to, I think maybe like the entire.
I think they're just gonna, they're gonna say, let's try this again. All right, let's just start over, guys. We're gonna do new movies.
But they'll try and get a high concept. It'll try to be a very high concept thing. Either, I don't know. What's the biggest name that was signed on to do a Star Trek movie? Like, not Denis Villeneuve wouldn't. And Nolan wouldn't. But like, what's the biggest?
You get
name
you get. I mean, you got the new guy coming in that owns the company who did all these Tom Cruise movies.
Oh no.
I mean,
he would. No, he's Tom Cruise. I think
James
is
just like pass.
No.
I'd pass too, but I'm just saying that's like
No, I don't think that works. I don't think he's made that kind of turn. I don't think anybody think. I don't know. Hollywood's pretty desperate right now.
yeah,
But
but
it seems like it's maybe where maybe a Chris Evans.
oof,
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, yeah,
And maybe do it. Oh my God. And I mean this with the lightest touch, with Guardian vibes.
Oh my gosh.
no,
No. I think that the person, the biggest director that you can get who could come in and understand the assignment
Mm-hmm.
and pull it off,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Johnson.
I don't think they'll let him do it after Last Jedi.
No. But they let him do these big fucking. He is like He's like
Right.
he's like
And
liberal.
look at-
He's
look
like
at the
liberal
cast.
Spielberg, because those like mystery movies
Yeah.
are real hot.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm
That
saying.
leads into
Like-
that interpersonal stuff too.
I'm not
And you'll
opposed
get-
to
Right,
it.
he
but
does-
I don't
he
know.
does-
I mean,
You'll get a clever plot.
He does nothing but genre, Wade. I mean, he does everything he does is
It's true,
genre.
yeah.
He's a genre, like he everything he does is genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's all interpersonal. He understands character. He understands. I think he understands that legacy characters can get stale and boring, and that the status quo is not always good.
He'll think
for-
he'll have something to say with Spock. He would want to write for Spock.
Yeah, I think that.
yeah,
I think he
he
could.
could too, but I think the public opinion and everything and all producers, after giving him a big tentpole sci-fi thing that for the past was trying to be Star Trek in those last Star Wars in those last movies, basically.
No, I think that they know it's a different fan base.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, these people are cowards. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, they might.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it won't work. That's why. I mean, I think he could, but I think the people are cowards.
I should rewatch The Last Jedi.
But why does that? But they keep. But I guess I'm saying that what are they called? The Glass Onion movies. Like,
Yeah.
like those do very well.
Knives
Out,
Knives
the
Out.
Knives Out movies, they do very well with the liberal coastal elites,
yeah.
and that's who's really gonna want Star Trek, and I think they know that by now.
Right.
That the Hicks are never gonna love Star Trek.
If you had a Knives Out cast filled out with a Star Trek movie
he could get big name actors too.
by Ryan Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
The only other one, you're not gonna like. He wouldn't do it now, but the only other to do it any other extreme way would be. I don't think he would do it. His ego wouldn't let him. James Cameron.
Oh no, he wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Oh no, he's on a ticking clock.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
yeah.
he's in his late 70s and he's got like 8 more Avatar movies planned.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I-
right. Yeah,
he just-
yeah, that's
he's
what I'm
just
saying.
like-
He is so tied up with Avatar. I think you're right.
But he's actually said that something to that effect, where somebody asked him about a certain project, and he's like, "I don't have that. Like, I literally don't have enough time.
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
That's a
to
good
do
point, yeah.
to do everything.
yeah, it's probably true, and he wouldn't trust that it would happen, even if he started working on it, that something would fall through. Yeah, I'd say I don't think there's another where you gonna get the Russos. Like, I don't think there's gonna
Right.
be like another big, it's just not that kind of era. But it needs to feel way, way different. And I think that because they want to do it, because they're going to do it in movies first, because I think they're going to say
Oh yeah, for sure.
they might keep. I think they're probably going to scrap New Trek. That
I mean,
feels
I've been
like
saying
that,
that for a
right?
while. I'd be surprised if I would not be surprised if they got Holly Hunter. They got a knockout cast, or except for it's a bunch of kids, and it's gonna suck for the Star Trek Academy show. But I don't know if it'll fly or not because it's set in the disco timeline.
She would have made a great. If there was like a movie or if she was like on a really good
Right.
Star Trek episode where she's also a captain, that'd be nice.
Right. I think she's playing an admiral that goes back to captain the ship or something on the show. But
Oh, so it's the Space Academy show?
Yeah.
Starfleet Academy?
Yeah.
Is it live action?
Yeah. They might be shooting episodes. They built the whole set in Toronto. They DS9'd the set and they got that all built.
Oh my god!
And it's
so we're not done with it yet. Like they've already.
But this might be it.
already...
But this might be it because there's not another contract. There's another season of
Strange New
Worlds, but not another contract.
Right.
But they could do Lower Decks for the next 8 years?
No, that's already been.
Oh
canceled.
no, that's over too. Yeah, that's canceled.
That's over.
Lower Decks is done.
Done.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't keep Jack Quaid.
Oh.
I mean, I think that was probably.
I think they're just done with Star Trek.
That's what I'm saying.
Jack Quaid wanted to keep doing it. Everybody wanted to keep doing it except like the Suits. So they're like 5 seasons. That's all you're gonna get. We're not gonna give you any more of that.
I mean, it's all streaming.
Yeah.
Because there's just so little money coming in.
Oh, it's a ghost. Like it's dire out there for TV right now.
Yeah.
Like nobody's making anything. So like
the streaming was like a really, like a good Star Trek episode for Star Trek writers would be if they could go a Star Trek or a space or I'm sorry, a television writer could go back to the past and warn them not to just sink all their money into streaming.
Right. No, I mean it's like like Netflix Walmarted everybody basically.
Yeah.
They're the only game in town really right now. Like nobody's doing anything. Network shows are only getting like 10 episode orders. Like it's bad.
Mm. Yeah.
How healthy is Apple TV?
They're doing okay right now,
Yeah.
but I don't know how healthy it is. I mean, I think it's the fact that it's like a nepo baby. It's like a nepo baby. Like it doesn't have to generate its own money.
They'll be fine. They're
Yeah, they're Apple. So like
Right.
I think that's what's keeping it alive. I don't think it's any sort of subscription. But I mean, I have a subscription and it's folded into that package.
Right.
Because I do the news crossword puzzle every day.
No, that's what I do. Yeah, that's yeah, I have the same thing.
Yeah.
I pay $30 a month for my news and my Apple TV and my music. Yeah.
So if they got rid of that, it made me. I don't know. Like I don't know. I haven't even watched Severance season 2.
I haven't either. My wife and I are rewatching, or she's watching it for the first time, but I'm rewatching Severance season 1 with her.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And it seems, and Murderbot's coming, and I'm definitely going to watch.
I mean, I'm up on Severance.
That's my boy.
Oh yeah. Severance is fun. It's still good. I mean, it's like
Okay, I need to check it out. We just haven't been.
yeah.
Severance season 2 is good. Wade.
Yeah. I mean,
People.
Is it aimless? Like that's what I was
Well,
worried
I
about. Because the
mean,
first season is pretty tight,
it's
and I worry
It
about.
feels like a movie script, doesn't it?
yeah. The first season does.
It feels like a movie script made into a whole season. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried that it's got real. You get real lost worries about where it's going. Like, do they?
Wait, you mean Lost the show? Like it's going to be like Lost?
Yeah, Cubicle Lost. It's So I was like, okay, where are they? What's the?
Ooh.
They're setting up the big mystery here. That's just gonna be a bit wet fart when they reveal it. Probably.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's
That's what I'm worried about.
But until that happens, I'm still on board. But like,
Yeah.
Good.
And I think White Lotus feels like White Lotus. This guy knows. Like I don't know yet.
yeah.
you see
There's
just
only
a
one
little taste
episode,
of it.
right? So.
Yeah, but you could tell that Carrie Coons is gonna fucking knock it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
You could tell that Parker Posey's gonna be funny as shit and horrible, and you want to hate her, and you can see it's where it's going.
Yeah.
And rich people work. I didn't realize that the girl, the it seems like our voice of the working class is going to be that like guard for the place.
Oh yeah.
And his girlfriend or the girl he's on to is like a superstar. She's from Blackpink. One of those K-pop groups.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so she's like one of the hugest celebrities in the world, and she looks like she's got a pretty prominent role in this season. But,
Yeah.
And Patrick Swayze is okay, yeah.
Patrick Swayze, back from the dead.
I'm sorry. Yes, Patrick Swayze. Shit, Patrick Schwarzenegger.
It's Patrick Swayze niggers.
Swole Kennedy.
Easy. Easy with the slip ups there.
What slip up? I didn't get it.
He was talking to me, I think, with the.
I didn't hear that.
I know the governor's last name could be kind of a mouthful sometimes, but you have to be careful.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you Swayze it, it's really hard to go hard on the end in a way that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I'm gonna call him Swole Kennedy. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Mike White might have picked him. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that casting, but we'll see where it's going. But he's clearly like the pot vile character,
Right.
and also it's also clearly got a through line plot. It guaranteed that.
Yeah.
So that they're all like connected. So
Right,
it's all
right.
like one story.
Right.
And you're visiting this. Yeah, there's like a background story to everything. So cool, but I don't know.